What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I am here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 3, Episode 9 review. Just want to remind you guys that I will be having my surgery Monday, so there will be no more reviews for the next few weeks. I will, of course, make a post on social media letting you guys know that I'm alive and well. Um, you all will still be getting the Raising Canaan review, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Potomac tomorrow. Okay, so tonight's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville was a doozy, child. It made my head hurt. So we start off the episode exactly where we left off last week with Kimmy and Tisha and Marceau going at it. And Kimmy at this point is riled up and pissed off. And she was like, I'm so fucking tired of your ass. I correct Jalen more than you fucking know. And it's the universal thing that you can never tell nobody about their kids or their man. Either one, you gonna probably get punched in the face. So Maurice was like, she corrects him daily. This nigga finally peps the fuck up. I'm like, where the fuck you been? Did you take some NyQuil and go to sleep about time? You perked the fuck up and defended your wife. So Marceau was like, cause she's his mother. And Maurice was like, she's trying to make your business better. Marceau says when he kept on saying, yes, ma'am, he was wrong, bottom line. Kimmy was like, that's fair. Tisha in her confessional says, I think Kimmy's wrong in this situation about Jalen and the way he was responding to the task I was giving him as a boss. If it was anyone else, they would have been fired. And I was like, girl, you act like that's a threat. Like that little boy need to quit off general purposes. Like, should nobody be working under them type of circumstances? Like y'all over there doing like child labor laws. I mean, I know that man is like 21 years old, but y'all literally got that boy over there working like he in a sweatshop. Like Tisha have several. So Tisha was like, I'm gonna apologize to you, Kimmy, because I do know you better than that. I apologize for questioning you. And I was like, girl, you should have came with that energy in the first place because you know how your mammy is. And I said, mammy. You know how your mammy is. Your mammy is a fucking shit starter with fucking tight curls and that wear freezes and shit and still put spritz and lotta body in her hair. So you should fucking know better. So Marcel Thomas, thank you, babe. Thank you. Kimmy hugs her and they both crying. And I'm like, I guess, like, ugh, Kimmy a better bitch than me because I would have still been feeling some type of way. I wouldn't have gave no fuck about her little ragged ass apology. So the next day, everybody's in the kitchen for breakfast. Kimmy and Tisha are cooking. Kimmy asks when is Mel coming, and it's like crickets. Don't nobody say nothing. It's like the energy is hella awkward. So Martell finally speaks up and was like, she said yesterday she wasn't coming. So they was like, oh, really? Like, oh, okay. So Maurice asked him, "Is Destiny coming?" And he was like, "What you?" Martell like makes this face, and he's like, "What you ain't talk to her?" And he was like, "Every day or whatever." So Tiffany then chirps in and was like, "I thought you were talking about your baby mama." And Martell was like, "I definitely talk to her every day." Tiffany says for the kids, and Martell says no, it's singular for my child. And then he stops and he realizes that she's not talking about Ariane, that she's talking about Mel. So he was like, oh, you talking about Mel? Who you talking about? Tiffany says, I was talking about Mel. She was like, oh, don't call her my baby mama. She's my ex-wife. And I was like, all right, you better put your dick on the table and let that bitch know. She ain't no motherfucking baby mama. That is my motherfucking ex-wife. The wife. She had my last name. Get it right, bitch. Don't ever disrespect my old hoe, my bottom bitch. Like Martell is not having that shit, honey. But when it come to Ariane, you see, he didn't give a damn about her being called the baby mama because that's exactly what the fuck she is. So Tiffany in her confessional was like, I wasn't trying to be messy. She has 4 of your kids. She's your baby mama. No, the fuck she ain't, bitch. He's exactly what the fuck she said. His ex-wife, the mother of his fucking children. Tiffany, you better tread light. Tread lightly, light skin. Like, cause I'm really getting sick of you. Like, I'm really getting sick of you. Like, she's giving me Giselle vibes, but she don't know how to execute it right because when people come to her, she be backing back and bagging down and shit. Ugh. But her and these little slick ass comments ain't really sitting well with me. Helpful. So, Where was I at? So then after they eat breakfast, Martell and Kimmy in the kitchen cleaning up, washing dishes, and she asked him will he and Mel ever get back together. And I'm like, Kimmy, why your ass being fucking messy? So this nigga and his delusions of grandeur, Thompson, I don't know. Like he really contemplated, like, I don't know. So everybody seems to think that they're gonna get back together. So Kimmy was like, I saw y'all so well together. And Martell was like, our stuff is too fresh. I still find myself getting mad at some of the stuff she was doing. And one would be like, you had a whole child on her. And I'm like, you're right. I did. Like, I'm like, for the first time, we've heard this nigga admit, like, that, yeah, I fucked her over and I was 100% wrong. And that I have no right to feel some type of way when I was the one that caused our marriage to fucking dissolve. Like, it's like he knows that he fucked up. He knows that he did wrong. But Martell is so fucked up in the head mentally that he can't just stand in that and stand in the fact that he fucked up. Like, his ego and his fucked up mentality just will not let him stay in that place of I'm wrong. Like, it's always a but there. So then we see Tiffany and hey in the bedroom fixing their bed and stuff, and then a conversation comes up about her hating that she's missing out on things with him and the boys while she's at work, like him getting her son's hair cut for the first time and her not being there. I would feel some type of way about that too. We as mothers, that is a big step in our kids' life when they get their first haircut. So I can understand where she was coming from, but at the same token, it's just like in other instances, let that man bond with your boys and build his own relationship with them outside of you. So the crew is getting ready to head out when Mel arrives, honey, and with her blonde wig and her half up, half down hairstyle and her t-shirt and her booty shorts and her kimono. Loved her makeup. Loved the makeup. Her face was beat to perfection. Didn't like the poodle hairstyle. Really wasn't giving what it was trying to give, but it was cute, for her. So she walks in and Martell look at her and go like this because I feel like he think they like male dressing and looking different, and he looking like the fuck she got on. Meanwhile, he got on a medium motherfucking t-shirt and shit. His veins and shit puffing out, popping out and shit like he about to die. So Mel goes around and hugs everybody, of course, while he's standing there looking at her, just staring like a fucking psycho, like a creep. So Martell in his confession was like, I didn't think she was coming, but honestly, I'm a little happy. It's good to see her. I know it is fucking good to see her. You want that old thing back, but you ain't gonna get it. Like that nigga know he fucked up. He wanna go home. That nigga wanna go home. It's hard being by his motherfucking self. It's hard, bitch. He gotta clean up on his own. He gotta cook his own meals and shit. He can't roll over and just stick his dick in there. Like it's hard. You know what I'm saying? He can cheat freely now. He ain't gotta even cheat in peace. This nigga is hard. You know what I'm saying? So she then gives him a little side hug. She saved him for last. Mel asks where her room is, and everybody fucking with her, teasing her, telling her something, you gonna have to sleep with Martell. She ain't really taking a bait or whatever, but she like, where is my wing woman Destiny? The only reason why she was going is because Destiny was gonna be there so she can have support. So Mel says to Tiffany, I didn't know you were coming. Y'all must have hit it off real good because Tisha is right there. And Tisha's like, we started off wrong, but it's good now or whatever. So I noticed that she's peeping game that like Tiffany is making friends with other people outside of her. That's why she made that little slick ass comment. Because she also made the same comment to Destiny when it came to Kimmy. Now I don't know if Mel is one of them people where she's controlling over who her friends are friends with. But that's what it's kind of seeming like, and I don't like that, Bernie. Like, is we too old for that? Like, especially if you bring me around your friends, and I happen to make friends with one of your friends, and we start doing stuff without you, it shouldn't be no big deal. Like, unless you telling me like this bitch is fugazi, she ain't shit, she fake as fuck, she didn't, fucked you over, then I can see you feeling some type of way. So with the Tisha situation with Destiny and Tiffany, I would be side eyeing them like, why you getting friendly with this bitch? But at the same token, you 35 years old, girl. Like it's too old to be worrying about when hoes link up. Like there's bigger things in the world, like your 4 kids. So Mel says to Tisha she didn't know Martell was gonna be there. And I was like, how she didn't know he was gonna be there when he already told us that he had already talked to her. And even Tisha was like, she didn't understand why Mel didn't think that he would be there when everybody was on the group text about the trip. So I don't really know what that was about. Like that was kind of mind puzzling to me. So Tisha, we find out text Destiny their itinerary in case she does decide to come. The guys and the whole crew head out to go to their surprise little spot that Tisha got planned. The guys are all in one van, and then the girls are all in another. Mel tells the girls that she finished her music video, and they're really excited and happy for her. And then over in the guys' car, Marceau says to Martell, "If I was you, I don't know if I could be here." And I mean, I could understand where he was coming from with that because I wouldn't have personally wanted to come on no trip with my ex, especially when we have such a contentious relationship like they have, like where it's just fire and ice all day long. Like I wouldn't have fucking came. I just would have removed myself from that type of negativity. I just wouldn't be able to do it. And that's on both ends. So Maurice was like, did it become awkward when she came here? And Martell was like, it could be. I'm not gonna react though. He's saying that he's not gonna react, he's not gonna turn up, he's not gonna do none of that stuff. Marceau then keeps on talking about divorce the whole ride. And I'm like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to get at? Did the producers tell you to bring up this topic, to get shit out of Martell? Because it was just like, y'all are a bunch of niggas sitting up here talking about divorce. Like, this ain't red table talk, nigga. What the fuck is going on? Like, talk about football, talk about wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Talk about CM Punk going over to the new wrestling company. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? So Tisha says, are y'all working towards a friendship to Mel? And she was like, no, not yet. I'm not ready for that. I can't call him my friend. And I mean, that's the God's honest truth. Hell, you got to call a nigga like Martell your motherfucking enemy, your worst enemy at that, because that nigga is Satan. So Marceau says that he's not getting no divorce. I've noticed in this season that he's made that 100% clear that if anything ever go down between him and Tisha, he ain't divorcing her ass. He ain't doing it. And I don't even think it's because of love. I think it's because of he ain't trying to split no money with her ass. Um, so the crew arrives to go drive the slingshots. Destiny meets them there. So after they get all the instructions on what to do and what not to do, they're standing around getting ready to get in the slingshots. And Martell says, why didn't we get a 4-seater so Mel can ride with me and Destiny? And Mel looked like, who said I wanted to ride with you? Who said that? Who said who said that? Like, excuse you, nigga? Like, don't be volunteering me to ride with your ass. Like, what? Like, this nigga, and this is where all of the bullshit started. Right here, right in this moment. Because when Martell does not get his way, Martell acts out like a fucking 5-year-old. So, um, Martell was like to Mel, you want to drive? Like he was like shocked that she would want to drive one of the cars. And she was like, maybe. He was like, I mean, it's dangerous. She was like, dangerous? Boy, I'm 35. And he was like, honestly, you're not that good of a driver. And I mean, you know that. Mel was like, when was the last time I hit something? He was like, the kids told me a few weeks ago you ran over something. Destiny was like, I mean, I would have to agree. She says that Mel is not a good driver. So Mel then decides that she's going to ride in a car with just her and Destiny. And Martell, of course, is feeling some type of way because his ego has been bruised because he wanted to be able to spend time with her and have her near him on some, couples type shit because everybody else coupled up and she wasn't beat for it. Like, no, I'm good. Like, no, we're not going there. So his little ego is bruised, and that is his whole existence is his fucking ego. That's why he works so hard on his body to look like Bruce Banner, to look like motherfucking Popeye the Sailor Man, look like a goddamn idiot. So Martell, old swole ass, can't even fucking get in the car, and he finally acknowledges that his clothes be too tight and he ain't went out and bought no new clothes because his ass is broke. That nigga can't afford no new motherfucking clothes, so he's squeezing in these goddamn old ass clothes of his. So that nigga Martell clothes is as tight as Joan Rivers' old face. May she rest in motherfucking peace. Goddamn it, them clothes be tight than a motherfucker. Martell clothes literally be like when I go to the doctor and get my blood pressure taken, and you know when you get to that part where it feel like an anaconda around your damn arm. That's how Martell clothes be. So the crew stops to take pictures after riding all around Vegas. It's nighttime by this time. And Mel was like, why you text me shaking my head before we left? Because I didn't ride with you. And I'm like, oh, this is where Mel gets on my nerves because why would you even bring it up? You know why he said what he said. You know why. You just want to have a conversation with him. You want to engage. You like the fact that he wants you and you can dangle you not wanting him back in his face. I honestly do feel like there is still feelings there on Mel's end because if there was no feelings, you wouldn't even engage with this nigga. You wouldn't even act like I wouldn't even speak to him. No, I don't you're like John Cena. You can't see me. Like I would that nigga is Casper the fucking ghost. Like we in the sixth sense, nigga. I don't see you. Like there's still feelings there. There's still animosity. There's still anger. There's still hurt there. And neither one of them are over it. Do I think Mel will take him back? I don't think so. She might do a drive-by. She might let him hit it. You know what I'm saying? But do I think that she would actually go back to him? No. But there still are feelings there. And it pisses me the fuck off. Because it's just like, stop giving this nigga the ammunition. Stop. So he was like, I didn't want you to ride with me. And she was like, yes, you did. And I'm like, exactly, nigga. If you didn't want her to ride with you, why did you bring it up? Like, make it make sense, dummy. So he was like, she was like, figure out who you gonna take your couple's picture with. Like I said, she is she fucking with this nigga on purpose. Like she feeling herself and she fucking with him. So Tisha tells them that the next day they're gonna separate the guys with the guys, girls with the girls. And then she pulls Maurice to the side and tell him to keep an eye on his brother because she sees how these girls is out here eyeing the guys. And I'm like, not your guy. Bitch, you the only one that want that big titty ass nigga. Like, no. No. Marceau titties look like how my titties gonna look on Monday. No, girl. You the only one that want him. Ain't nobody looking at that nigga unless they cockeyed. Girl, bye. So Maurice brings up them doing couple therapy and him not really thinking that's gonna work with Marceau because he knows how his brother is. And he was like, well, has it gotten better? And Tisha sitting up there looking stupid like, well, no, but she was like, I mean, it takes time. It takes time. Girl, shut the fuck up. So Mel was like, Martell, question for you. She pulls him over to the side and they sit on a slingshot. And she was like, who has the kids? Now I can see her asking this question because we both on a trip. It's your week to have the kids. I would want to know who got my kids. So that's a good question to ask, but it should have stopped there. Who has the kids? He was like, my mom. And she was like, your mom, even though she got to work, he was like, she took time off. And she was like, oh, that was really sweet that she did that for you. That should have been the end of that conversation. It should have ended right there. But like I said, Mel like to fuck with this man. Mel like to get underneath his skin, and he does the same thing to her. They're kids. They both act childish as fuck. So Mel was like, speaking of our kids, I shot my video the other day. Martell was like, that bullshit, but okay, go ahead. And so she stopped like, she's like, yeah, that bullshit. But I had a conversation with Brittany. He was like, what Brittany? And no, she was like, but I had a conversation with Brittany. He was like, goddamn Beyonce. And she was like, I apologize to her on behalf of you. And he was like, what Brittany? She was like, who you went on social media live and said she was incapable of keeping our kids for a night. Martell was like, did I say she's incapable? Right there, letting you know that he knew who the fuck she was talking about in the first place. Like, this is why you don't engage with conversations with nigga like this, because they want to play games and like, who has the energy for that? Like, I'm too motherfucking old. I'm too goddamn tired. Like, I don't have the energy to be going to ring around the rosy with no nigga and arguing over useless, stupid shit. We ain't even together no more. Why the fuck are y'all arguing? Like, what the fuck is going on with y'all two? Like, bump uglies and get it over with. So, He was like, did I say she's incapable? And Mel was like, you said she's not mentally stable or something. And Martell says, don't lie, I didn't say that. Mel was like, I said or something like that, so don't say I lied. Martell was like, shut your mouth then. There you go with the disrespect. There you go with the disrespect. This nigga always takes it to another level, and this is why you cannot engage. So Mel was like, quit trying to talk over me. And Martell was like, shut up. And she was like, you shut the fuck up. And I was like, here we go. Here we go, Whitney and Bobby. Here the fuck we go. Martell was like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. All right. Keep on with your little rinky dink. And I don't know what he said after that. But Mel was like, my little rinky dink what? My little rinky dink what? And Martell was like, it don't even matter, Mel. You being too disrespectful. Go on, Beyonce. How she being too disrespectful when you the one that told this girl to shut up and then told her to shut the fuck up? You double down on it, but she the one that being disrespectful. Like he one of them people where he want to say what the fuck he want to say to you, but then when you say something back to him that triggers him or hurts his feelings, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that to me and you just called me a whole motherfucker. Like, boy, sit down. So Mel was like, do you have a problem with me singing? Because you've been calling me Beyonce since we got out here tonight. I ain't called you Tay Diggs, Morris Chestnut, or nobody. And I was like, because you can't. You cannot. Them men ain't did nothing to you to deserve that. I don't even find Tay Diggs to be attractive, but he don't even deserve that. And Morris Chestnut, oh hell, Morris Chestnut, Morris, girl, they ain't even in the same playing field. Don't even do that to that man. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Who Martell could look like? Who could be his body double? Shit, I don't even know. Ving Rhames. Shit, that's the only person I can think of. Girl, bye. Don't girl. So Martell was like, why you so negative? This trip was going great until your ass got here. And Mel was like, you a damn lie. Mel was like, bitch, you got me fucked up. I'm the life of the party. Cause we like to party. Hey. Hey. So she was like, what's your problem? Why do you keep saying that to me? And she keep on asking, why do you keep saying that to me? Why do you keep saying that to me? Like a little girl, why do you keep saying that to me? I'm like, Mel, you look crazy right now. Like you literally acting like you baby boss, like y'all little daughter. Like this was a bad look for you and him tonight. Like both of y'all look crazy as hell. So Martell was like, I'm gonna say something about a damn song pertaining to me. And Mel was like, it's something that a lot of people go through, which is true, but let's keep it a buck. You know the damn song is about him. Shut up, Mel. I would be like, okay, and the song about you. It wouldn't be a song if you wouldn't have cheated on me and had another baby by another bitch. Deal with it. And okay, all right. So Martell was like, don't nobody want to see that shit. No, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Mel was like, it's something that a lot of people want to go through. Martell was like, don't nobody want to see that shit. Maurice then pulls him away and reminds him of what they talked about in the van, that he was not going to, get into it and act the fool. So he trying to calm him down. Mel still carrying on and shit, listening to her song, going all like this and shit, acting a goddamn monkey. And Kimmy was like, that's antagonizing. And she was like, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. I'm like, Mel, it is. Like, stop it. You look like a fucking coon. You look like a bird. Like, you was acting like Arion. Like, and that's a fucked up thing for me to even say. So Martell was like, don't look at it, Kimmy. We got 4 kids, Mel. You doing all that bullshit in your video to hurt me. We got 4 kids together. And I'm like, nigga, you got your motherfucking nerves. You done embarrassed this girl all around the motherfucking United States of America, and you got the nerve to be mad because she made a song about your raggedy ass. Boy, bye. She shouldn't even gave you that much. So Mel was like, so now he always throw up, we got 4 kids. You wasn't thinking about our 4 kids when you went out and made a 5th one. And I was like, that was a good one, girl. That was a good one. And he was like, you goddamn right I did. I always held my home down. What the fuck? You paying bills and being a daddy got to do with you fucking another bitch and having a baby with her. That ain't holding your family down. That's breaking your family apart, you Nimrod. So Mel still dancing to her song, because we the party. Hey, she's still acting ghetto as hell. Tisha and Kimmy try to get her to stop playing the damn video. Mel was like, excuse me, why are y'all so concerned about his feelings being upset when I was sitting over here having a conversation with Mr. Holt? I said, I've been shooting my video. He said that bullshit video. And Tisha was like, oh, girl, I didn't know you said all that. Well, go ahead, proceed. So Martell was like, a song about me. That nigga was about to turn into the Hulk, bitch. So Mel was like, my song ain't just about you. I know you wish it would be. Martell was like, you put the song together even before we got divorced. I remember you and my kids walking around the fucking house singing the fucking song 2 years ago. Shut up. If Mel had them kids, and I know she did, Mel had them kids going around that damn house singing that song, baby. That shit is funny as hell. I know that it's childish and ignorant, and a parent ain't supposed to do no shit like that. But in this case, yeah, nigga, our kids was going around singing about how they daddy ain't shit. That shit is funny to me. So Maurice in his confession was like, Martell is acting a complete ass right now. So they steady arguing back and forth. Mel was like, you talking about Down, my next song. So Martell was like, why are you lying? You said the song wasn't written prior to our divorce. And Mel was saying, I said before I left you. Martell told me, you was in the house having sex with me, doing everything else. And she was like, oh, really? Like he put her on blast, baby. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with her getting a little taste while y'all stood in the same damn house. She still left your ass at the end of the goddamn day. So he was like, I remember I was like, Mel, why you singing this song? Why do my kids know this song? And Mel was like, Martell, the song you're talking about is Down. It's Down. So he was like, it's still a negative song about their father. And I was like, I agree, Mel. It's still a trash song about their daddy. Like, just stand in it. Just stand in it. It's about you. And so the fuck what? Like, what you want me to say? So Mel was like, they don't even know it's about you. And I'm like, girl, them kids know it's about their daddy. They hear conversations. Kids are way smarter than we think they are, especially your oldest who know it's about their damn daddy. So Maurice was like, he's talking about why do my children know about this? The kids shouldn't know the song. And they shouldn't. But fuck it and fuck him. So Mel gets in the car because she ready to leave. And she talking to the girls about him trying to control her. And she was like, his problem is that I have a singing career. He mad. And then she skirt off and leave in the middle of the night, baby. And next week it's going to be even worse. And I'm so mad that I cannot do a review next week. If I can just talk, I will do a review and just not take no notes and just go off the top of my head with my computer on to talk about next week's episode because I really want to do a review on it. But if I can't, I'm sure you guys will understand. I did tonight's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville and A plus. It was so good. I was very disappointed in Mel in tonight's episode. I really hate that she still engages in these tit for tat conversations with Maurice. It makes her look really childish, ghetto as hell, and it's just not a good look for her. And I mean, he already has ruined his whole reputation. Don't let him take you down with his ass. Like, girl, be bigger than that. Be better. So yeah, I will see you guys after my surgery. Keep me in your prayers. Praying that after this and after radiation, I will be cancer free. I'm naming it and claiming it in the name of Jesus that I will be cancer free after this. Love you guys so much. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I will see you guys on my next video. Make sure you all check out my battling cancer vlog number 3 that is out right now. Bye.